The Wolves just pulled off the biggest Game 7 comeback in NBA history, beating the Nuggets and advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years. So we got to get into this recap, but first, Wolves back, Wolves all the way back.
Howl, beat up game, boy.
All right, so jumping right into the recap, MPJ blocked Rudy here, and then Rudy returned the favor on the next possession. Jamal Murray was on one in the first half. He hit this tough step back three, then Ant responded with his pull-up. Jaden rejected Aaron Gordon more than the Magic did, then got the and one on the other end. We were halfway through the first quarter, and the Nuggets only had 5 points. The Wolves were up by as much as 7 until Denver started rolling. Jamal was hitting tough bucket after tough bucket, and the Wolves were really stagnant offensively. The Nuggets were aggressively putting 2 on Ant, and he looked a little passive and indecisive in my opinion. I thought they were really late getting into any kind of action on offense, and that led to a ton of contested looks and late clock situations. And honestly, for most of the first quarter, it felt like Denver should have been up by 10 or maybe more. They had a ton of open looks that they just couldn't cash in until they finally did. They went on an 8-0 run to open the second quarter, making it 32-19. Then the Wolves went on a 10-2 run of their own to cut into the lead, but Denver just put their foot on the gas, going up by 15, taking it into the half. I'll be honest, it started to feel like games 3, 4, and 5, where the Nuggets jumped out to an early-ish lead and then just never looked back. They never let the Wolves gain any kind of momentum, and that's how it felt, so that's where I thought we were going. Not gonna lie, I was slightly tempted to stop watching the game when the Nuggets jumped out to a 20-point lead right away in the third, just because I've seen the script for 3 games in the series now. Like I was just saying, the Nuggets jump out to a lead, the Wolves can't overcome it, and such is life. But I was like, nah man, I can't do that. I didn't suffer through years of this team, and this team to just stop watching when they've made it farther than any Wolves team I've ever watched. I was only 8 in 2004, so I don't really remember the KG era as it was happening. But speaking of KG and the 2004 team, not only was it his birthday, happy birthday KG, but the last time the Wolves won a Game 7 was 20 years ago to the date of this Game 7 against Denver. And this, my friends, is no coinky-dink. This is fate. This is destiny. This is Naz Reid. So with 7 minutes left in the third and the Wolves down 12, Ant kicked it out to Jaden, who knocked down the 3. Then the next time down the court, found a wide open Mike Conley in the corner, and that cut it to 6. And this is exactly how you exploit the double on Ant. You gotta rotate it quickly and don't give Denver time to recover. Cat probably hacked Jokic here on defense, knocking it loose as Ant finished on the other end. And then he gave Jokic a taste of his own horse medicine here, finishing with the lay. Ant got the strip on Murray and another dunk to go with it. And then as time was expiring in the third, Ant hit this step back over Gordon to cut it to 1. He definitely followed through on his word when right before that he said, "I'm about to enter my bag." Rudy Gobert then turned into Rudy No Fair. I'm sorry. But he somehow finished this with his left hand and got the and one. And while he did miss the free throw here, he was 7 for 9 on the night and hit some clutch ones down the stretch. You really can't ask him for much more than that. And this is when it turned into the game that we've all been hoping for in this series. Both teams neck and neck in the fourth, battling it out. And honestly, the Wolves won this one the same way they did Game 1. It was late game execution. I know they came back from 20 tonight, but once they took the lead, they executed extremely well. They outplayed the Nuggets on their home court in clutch situations. But like I was saying, this fourth quarter was a battle. MPJ hit this sidestep 3 to tie it up. Then Conley got Murray to bite on the fake, and he hit a tough 3. Rudy made a pair of free throws, then Jokic hit a 3. And this is the moment I realized that God is a bandwagon Timberwolves fan, because Rudy Gobert hit a turnaround jumper in Nikola Jokic's face as the shot clock expired. And honestly, they should have just saved us all the time and called the game right then and there.
Yeah, I think when Rudy hit the turnaround, I was like, yeah, we probably got him. Because I know that'll kill you. I know that'll kill your that'll kill everything.
Hey.
Jaden made a couple of free throws, and then Jokic drilled another 3 to bring it back to a 3-point game. And I want to say before those 2 threes, Jokic was 0 for 9 from deep on the night, but he hit 2 big ones there. Rudy hit another pair of free throws, and then Jamal Murray hit this tough pull-up. Naz had a nice finish around Jokic to bring it to 5. Then Murray snaked through the defense and hit this floater. And this right here is what I like to call the sequence of Naz. With 4:10 left on the clock, the score 85-82. Naz hits a pair of free throws. He then bodies up Jokic, blocking his shot. Ant comes down, misses a 3, but Naz crashes for the putback slam. Mike Conley then steals it from Jamal Murray, passes it to a cutting Naz, who instead of trying to finish at the rim, kicks it to Ant for the wide open corner 3 to put the Wolves up 10. That's a 7-0 Naz Reid run in the span of a minute. Ant was going crazy after the 3, even turning to this nice gentleman saying, "Thank you for coming. I'm sorry I've defeated your team, but have a good night and drive safe." So the Wolves were up 10 with 2 minutes left, and Jokic drew Rudy's 6th foul of the game, so he had to take a seat. Murray missed a tough look at a 3. Mike Conley split a pair of free throws to make it a 9-point game. Murray drove baseline for the layup here, and this definitely gave me flashbacks to Vietnam for a second because the Wolves somehow struggled to inbound the ball and it went off Ant, Nuggets ball. Jokic got the hook to drop, but Cat put the finishing touch on this game, sneaking past KCP for the putback dunk to put the Wolves up 7 with 40 seconds left, and that did it. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Nuggets in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Finals. They pulled off the biggest comeback win in Game 7 history in the play-by-play era, and I don't know what to do with my hands. I definitely got to shout out Cat. He played a great game in this one on both ends of the court. For the most part, he stayed out of foul trouble. I thought he was super effective on Jokic, just making things difficult for him, but he honestly looked composed out there tonight. In the biggest game of his life, a Game 7 on the road, a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals, guarding Nikola Jokic, and he played what was probably his most complete game of the season. An efficient 23 points on 8 of 14 shooting. He was just 1 of 6 from 3, but perfect from the free throw line. He had 12 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. Jaden was huge as well. We all know what the Wolves ask of him on defense, and at this point, anything that you get from him on offense is a bonus, and we got a big freaking bonus this game because he had 23 points, went 7 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep, which was huge for him. Nice confidence boost. 6 of 7 from the free throw line, had 6 boards, 2 steals. He played a phenomenal game. Ant definitely had one of his worst shooting performances of the season, going 6 of 24 from the field. The Nuggets were just loading up on him. He didn't have a ton of great looks, and he may have passed up some opportunities. I think early on in the first half, he wasn't super assertive and aggressive, but his defense on Murray in the second half particularly was phenomenal. And then obviously Naz Reid was huge off the bench. He had 11 points, which doesn't even do it justice, the impact that he had on the game, especially in that stretch that I went over. Finished 4 of 7 from the field, 4 boards. Again, he was another great body to throw at Jokic, as he has been throughout the series. Had 2 blocks. He did finish with a -5 plus minus, but again, that stretch where he came in, Cat picked up his 5th foul. He was in foul trouble. Naz came in, and he was the one who really put the game out of reach. Jokic had a monster stat line game, finishing with 34, 19 boards, 7 assists. The dude is unreal. I hate watching him play against the Timberwolves because he's so good. It feels like he never misses. So I will take 13 for 28 from the field any day against Jokic, especially 2 of 10 from deep. Jamal Murray had a huge first half, but finished with 35. He was 13 of 27 from the field, pretty similar to Jokic, 4 of 12 from deep, perfect from the free throw line. But beyond those two, there was nobody else that really stepped up. I mean, their next highest scorer was Michael Porter Jr. with 7, then KCP with 5, Christian Brown with 5 off the bench. The bench really didn't give him anything in this game. Jokic played 47 minutes, Jamal played 43. So they definitely needed a lift there, and they did not get it. And look, a major factor in this game was free throws. The Wolves had 30 free throw attempts. They made 26 of them. Meanwhile, the Nuggets were just 14 of 16 from the line. So I can't wait for all the Nuggets fans in the comment section saying this game is rigged. That'll be super fun. There honestly wasn't a big difference in shooting numbers beyond free throws. The Wolves shot 39% from the field. Nuggets shot 41%. The Wolves shot 29 from 3. The Nuggets shot 8 of 33. The Wolves had 47 boards. The Nuggets had 44. They both had 18 assists. Wolves had 9 turnovers. Nuggets had 10. And look, this was really a tale of 2 halves. I thought the first half was reminiscent of games 3, 4, and 5 from the Nuggets, where they were just more assertive, more dominant, more aggressive, played with way more energy. The Wolves weren't getting good looks. The Nuggets were getting good looks. And then the second half was like games 1, 2, and 6, where the Wolves were flying around on defense. They were getting points off turnovers, playing with way more energy, way more pace. And in the end, the Wolves just did enough to get it done. And as a Wolves fan, I don't even know what to say about this team, man. Like, where do you even begin? The fight that this team has showed to go up 2-0. The national media is hyping you up. You're already doing your victory lap, doing the media tour. And then the Nuggets come back. They punch you in the mouth. They win 3 games in a row. And then to come back with a 45-point win in Game 6, to go on the road in Game 7 and get the win. It's just special, man. It's honestly, it's special. I hope you guys enjoy this one as much as I am. It is 3 o'clock in the morning and I am amped off of Mountain Dew and Naz Reid. Listen, enjoy this one for now because this is one of the biggest wins in franchise history, if not the biggest. So let's just enjoy this ride, man. And until next time, Wolves back.